Hey there, how you doing? It's Matthew Hunt from Automation Wolf, and today I want to talk about LinkedIn. Prospecting on LinkedIn, cold prospecting on LinkedIn. So here's the thing. Before we do any kind of cold prospecting on LinkedIn, the first thing we need to actually look at is your profile page. And you probably need to do a profile makeover because most people get this part wrong. What you got to remember is when you start reaching out and connecting with people and getting active on LinkedIn, whether you're getting active doing social selling and posting, or whether you're getting active by connecting with people that you want to connect with to build your network and doing private messages to them and so forth, you need to make sure your profile is dialed in, because it's kind of like, think about it as like an AdWords campaign or a Facebook campaign where you're doing some paid advertising. And you're running those pay-per-click advertising, and you drive a lot of pay-per-click traffic back to a landing page. If that landing page has a terrible offer, terrible copy, and bad design, it's not going to do great, right? Particularly if it's a bad offer and bad copy. If you just can't fix it. You got a bad design. If you have a great offer and good copy and a bad design, it'll still sell, but you must have the first two. Now on LinkedIn, obviously there's some things design-wise you really don't have in your control. Some things you do, but a lot of things you don't. But for sure, your messaging, you do. So I want to talk about the most important elements and make it really simple for you, because there's a lot of different options and you don't need to pay attention to all the different options. So here's something that we need to talk about real quick as well too. So this is a pretty important concept, right? So they did a study 2000 and they determined that the average attention span for a human being, right, was about 12 seconds. I thought that was like really, really low. But apparently they redid this now, and the average attention span is 8 seconds. And so it's getting less and less. And I think it's because of this little thing. Boop, 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 boop. This little thing is kind of making us stupid. For lack of better words, it just is. I mean, everything's on demand. We're just constantly being pulled in all sorts of different directions, from Snapchat to Instagram to Facebook to LinkedIn. It's just like, right? So of course this is happening. It's really not anyone's fault. It's just the way technology and the way the world is going. But what's super crazy is a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. So apparently we've become, less than goldfish. Think about that. But here's the other thing you need to understand is we've got 3 brains, right? And most of the time we operate around like boop, 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 boop on our croc brain. That's our survival brain. And for very good reasons. We were built this way. This is how we survive. You ever like drive home and you like, oh, holy crap, how did I get there? Well, that's your croc brain. It's just like muscle memory. It kind of keeps you alive. It just learns things that is danger and things that are safe, and we just operate this way, and that's the only way we get around. Like you don't think about how to make a coffee or should you drink it and is it safe, and you just do, right? And so this is the brain that we're using most of the time. And then if we go to the next layer, the next brain we go to that we use is our emotional brain. And I know everyone wants to think that we're very logical and critical thinking, but we're not, okay? Most of the time we make all our decisions based on our emotions or previous emotional experiences. Okay, we all have our own lens. That's why we see the world so different based on those experiences that happened to us, and whether we've had pain or pleasure around those experiences affect things. And most of the time we make our decisions emotionally and then we justify it afterwards logically. But every once in a while, with practice, those that do this and really get into critical thinking and use things like impact filters, we'll use that thinking brain, but it's very, very rare. And so what you have to remember is when we're on LinkedIn and we're going out there and we're doing a connection request that's cold to someone, they don't know us. You are a stranger, which usually means danger, right? So you gotta really put your best foot forward if you want to start doing social selling on LinkedIn, and if you want to start doing cold connections to people who want to connect with, and then as they accept those connections, then messaging them, or even if you want to use InMail, right? Even using InMail, you need to keep this in mind. So you need to understand a bunch of things. One is, right, the key thing is, here it is, you need to have a great profile, okay? But 2, before you make that profile, we got to think some bigger concepts. And the concepts are, Whoa, people have short attention spans. It's right. They're not going to read probably lots of stuff on your page. They're going to make some quick decisions. We make those decisions based on our croc brain and our emotional brain most of the time. And the first time you reach out, you're a stranger, which means danger. So you got a lot of things set against you to make this work. And this is why it's really, really important that you actually do this. So let's take the basic look at the anatomy of a LinkedIn profile in the most important parts. I call it the LinkedIn profile sandwich. I just, kind of like little cutesy things like this. But the most important parts that you have to get right on the LinkedIn profile is this. You must get the background photo right. You don't have a background photo, that background image that's there, and you don't get that right to support you and position you and give you some status, then you're going to have a tough time. The next most important thing is the profile image, because we judge people based on whether they look. Look, we judge a book by its cover. I don't care what anybody says, but I'm going to show you not in this video, but another video on how to get the perfect profile photo, okay? And then we got to get the headline. Headline is above the fold. It tells people, it's got to be really clear, and it's got to tell people, about who you help, how you help, and the outcome that you drive. And if you do that, it's going to work really well. I'm going to show you my little formula for that as well too. And then your bio, you got to have a great bio. The bio can't be all about you, right? Stop talking about you. Nobody cares about you. We only care about ourselves. We always tune into our favorite radio station, which is What's in It for Me, WIFM, right? So you got to have that, and it's got to be about your customer, about your client, about your ideal prospect. That's what you want to put in there. And then, of course, recommendations, because nobody cares about, how great you say you are, but we only care about what other people say. And so recommendations are really like references today, right? So if you get those, there's lots of other things to the profile page that you can do, but if you get those 5 things right, you're going to have a rocking profile page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in another video, not this one, so you got to stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show you how to make a great profile, a great background photo. And then I'll make another video just because I got to keep these short, I think under 10 minutes, one for profile images and then one for headlines. And maybe, just maybe, I'll get into one about a bio and one about a recommendation at some point. So if you want those other videos and you want to stay tuned for this series, the best thing to do is to comment below or direct message in. As I drip them out, I'll make sure I ping you in the comments so that you can catch each one of these, because I think that you're going to really enjoy that. All right, if this has been useful so far, please also let me know. Give me a like or give me a comment below. Let me know that this has been useful, what part was most useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Matthew Hunt from Automation Wolf, and I hope you're having a brilliant day. Bye for now.